Hi there, James Savage from National Club Golfer here, down at Moor Allerton Golf Club in Leeds, and today I'm looking at the brand new Callaway X Forged irons. You may remember these irons from, I think the last X Forged came out in 2013, and they're the irons that we've seen Phil Mickelson using for quite a long time, so it's been a long time coming with these irons, but I think that these might be replacing, if you like, the irons that we've seen like Danny Willett using, like the sort of like the CF Apex irons. So what's new with the X Forged irons, and what can we expect from them? Well, I think they look absolutely fantastic. They've got a really clean, classical design. There's nothing terrible to see about these. There's not like visible technology or anything like that, but what we have got is we've got a really nice look at address, very minimal offset, slightly thicker top line than on their Apex MB irons, but they're still definitely falling into the sort of players category, if you like. They're actually a cavity design on these, but it's all about the forging process on these, just to get that that sort of like sound and feel absolutely spot on. So it's a massive thumbs up, from a first impressions point of view. So I like the looks. I'm not put off by them. I'm not intimidated. I know they're not aimed at me as a 17 handicapper, but we're going to put them on the launch monitor. I'm going to hit some shots in the shack. I'll try not to shank too many, and we'll come back with some numbers for you soon. Okay, just got some bit more feedback, got some numbers here from the new Callaway X Forged irons. We've been testing these out using James Whitaker's Foresight GC Quad, so grateful for that, and really pleased with the data that we get from it. So my sort of first impressions after hitting these was that I wasn't quite getting the carry numbers that I would expect with the type of irons that I normally use, like I say, like a Ping G400 or a Mizuno JPX 900 hot metal, or a sort of a tailor-made M2 or something like that. I was seeing a bit of a drop off in carry, so I was sort of seeing carry between 135 and 140 for a 7-iron. So why is that? Is it that just because those clubs are more forgiving? Yeah, that is a factor, but I do think that the lofts are a massive factor, and that's why I'm used to using clubs that have got really strong lofts, sort of like 30 degrees and less, if you like, lofts. But these on the X Forged Callaway, these are like traditional lofts, and so what I'm seeing is just not quite. I'm launching them quite high, got quite a lot of spin on them, and I'm just seeing a little bit of a drop in carry. So I think for me, if I was going to game an iron like this, which I think I could, I think there's I think it's not overly intimidating to look at. It's a decent size. It's not scaring me. I think I can hit it. Yes, I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of forgiveness, but I'm going to get more feedback. So that's the sort of trade-off there. And it's just about recalibrating your distances. Really, if I have to, like I say, my 7-iron distance, I'm used to hitting it 150 yards. I might just have to get used to hitting it 140 yards, and that's just something that I've learned to live with, and I don't think that would be a problem. So a long-winded point I'm trying to make is that just if you're sort of like a mid-teens handicapper, don't rule these out just because they're packaged as better player irons. I think you should go and give them a hit, because sometimes for that extra loft might work better for you. You might want to launch it high with a little bit more spin. That's something for you to work out with your PGA Pro. So yeah, I'm liking the sound, I'm liking the feel, I'm absolutely loving the looks. I think this is one of the nicer looking sort of Callaway irons that I've hit for a while. I think a lot of people are going to like these. So if you're in that sort of, I like a nice, clean, minimal offset blade type, but still with a little bit of forgiveness, the X Forged will have to come into your considerations. Maybe you're thinking about the maybe sort of like the Titleist 718 CBs, maybe thinking about the tailor-made P790s, that sort of club. I think you need to bring this iron into that consideration as well. I mean, maybe put it head-to-head with the Mizuno, something like that, because it's a clean players club, but it has got a little bit of help, it has got a little bit of forgiveness, and it's not overly intimidating at address. So yeah, definite thumbs up for me. I would love to see what your thoughts are on these irons, whether you think they've improved on the sort of the previous X Forged range, which were out quite some time ago now, so they've had a lot of time to work on this. I think looks-wise, there's not a huge amount of difference, so I think if you like those, you're going to like these. But we'd love to hear your comments on what you think about these, what you think about Callaway's irons, range now with the new Apex MBs, the Epics, the Steelhead XR. There's plenty in there. Post your comments below on how you think this iron is stacking up. I would love to hear your comments. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.